Some of y'all guys might remember about the glitch builds in NBA 2K22. As of next gen, I'ma tell you, those builds were actually crazy, but it was a build that actually changed how the game was played. As it being a 6'9" center build, it was also a 6'7" lockdown build that took over the game. As of the 6'7" lockdown build, as of lately, I've been noticing a lot of people have been making those 6'6", 6'7s, or even a 6'8" lockdown when it comes to playing NBA 2K23. And when you compare it to a 6'5" lockdown, it does not compare. The 6'7" lockdown is better in all aspects. You would think that you need a 90 speed to play defense and chase. You really don't. I've been seeing people with literally 84, 85, or even 86 speed lockdowns be able to actually stick with guards and actually play great defense. And as of these lockdowns, they are going to be small forward lockdowns. There's no point in going point guard. You might as well go small forward just for the attributes and extra badge points. So you're going to go with small forward. You want to rock out with the 6'7". As of the weights, they're going to fluctuate. I'm going to show you two different ones with similar weights, and I'm going to show you another one with a higher weight. There's a reason why I had the higher weight. And for the wingspan will be 7'4" on every build we end up making today. The wingspan will never be anything lower. It will be on 7'4" wingspan. So you're going to rock out with the 6'7" and the 7'4" wingspan combination. As a building this build, it's a lot of different ways you can build a lockdown build. You can build a lockdown build that has pass accuracy only, not that much playmaking, a lockdown that got everything maxed out on defense, and you can make a lockdown that can shoot, dribble, all that, but it can't do a certain thing. It's gonna miss something like finishing. But as of this 6'7", you can do it almost all. As of somebody who's gonna be mostly a spot up and they don't know how to dribble or anything like that, most of the time they're gonna set it up somewhat similar to this if they want a lot of badge points on defense. As they're gonna be able to get Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame pickpocket, Hall of Fame challenger, Hall of Fame interceptor, and looking at the badge count right now, you already got a total of 31 defensive badges. But when you look at these physicals, the physicals, your acceleration is going to be 84 and your actual speed is going to be 85 or 86 based on how you're going to set this up. But as of the strength, we're going with 60, and as the vertical, we're going with 60. But when it goes to the stamina, this is your optional thing. You can do 90 stamina, 92, or even 95, just based on what are you going to be playing. But as of the shooting, you're going to end up getting some good shooting badges and a good shooting stat. We will end up rocking out with the max 85 three-pointer. Then you want to end up raising it a little more to the 86 mid-range, so you get 25 shooting badges. Only reason you're going to end up doing it like this, if you're someone that does not care about dribbling, you don't care about the speed with ball, you're going to just literally pass the ball when you need to, shoot the ball when you're open, and literally play defense. But as a finishing, you can end up putting your finishing on 70 layup and 70 dunk. This is a common lockdown build, especially if you're somebody that's going to do just pass accuracy. You see I got 77. If you're someone that's going to end up trying to get a little bit more like speed with ball, you like 35 is too low, you can end up dropping your pass accuracy a little. But as of doing that, it's kind of pointless because you might as well keep it on 77 and get all the pass accuracy and the extra badge point, because it could have been 7, 27, 7, and 31 instead of being 7, 25, 6, and 31, just because you want maybe some ball handle with speed that does not do anything for you. So you might as well keep that 77 pass accuracy. And as the finished product of this build, you're going to see for the first build, it's going to give you this comparison. You're going to get Gerald Wallace, you're going to get Paul George, and you're going to get OG. Then you want to get the name two-way shooter. This is a cool little name that you can have, but as of the build, this is great. This is somewhat like the 3-and-D 2-guard, but it's a better version of it, just because this build is 6'7". But as of the second 6'7", I'm going to show you this 6'7" is going to have the ability to dunk better than what you just seen. As this build going to end up being 180, it doesn't really make a big difference between 180 and 184, but if you're someone that's just going to go 180, since you're only going to do 60 strength, you can. But look, as I'm going to upgrade this build, you're going to start out with the defense. We're going to max out the perimeter defense and the steal. As I'm maxing out those, of course you get your clamps, all those on Hall of Fame. But when it comes to these other stats like block, interior defense, I do prefer you to have interior defense on your build. If you're someone that's not going to put interior defense on your lock, there's going to be a big problem in the future when you don't do that. Because the interior defense on 2K23 and like the paint defense, it's not really like that. It's not really like that. So you can only spend 70 if you really want to. 70 can definitely get the job done. But now if you look at the build, this build doesn't have offensive rebound like that. And you're going to see why this build doesn't have offensive rebound. So as you're going to have an 86 speed with this build, you could drop it down to 85 just like the last one. 84 acceleration, 60 strength, 60 vertical, 92 stamina. Watch when you end up trying to upgrade the playmaking. And once you upgrade the playmaking, you're going to see most of the time, a lot of people I've been seeing, they're going to end up having a 75 ball control or a 70 ball control and maybe like a 75 speed with ball or 80 speed with ball, and they're going to be actually contemplating with the actual pass accuracy of only having 70. But if you're someone that wants to actually go balance, you could do 70, 75, and a 75 speed with ball just between, or you could do 70, 70, 70 in all three categories. But you can end up having around like 13 to 14 playmaking badges. But as of the shooting, you get 20 shooting badges, 85 3-pointer, 74 mid-range. Then with the finishing, this build can get a 80 drive and dunk. And as this build having an 80 drive and dunk, you can get quick drops off one, and you can also get straight arm tomahawks with this build. As of this build being set up as 9, 20, 17, and 25, just because you sacrifice your defense just a little, you had to end up getting some playmaking badges if you're somebody that's going to be, you know what I'm saying, passing that ball more, and you like to actually put the ball on the ground and try to get a bucket yourself. So if you're going to end up going in that route, this is what your build is going to look like similarly. So you might have 20 shooting, 17 playmaking, and at least 25 defensive badges. As a 25 defensive badge, it's on the kind of edgy part of the game. I would prefer to at least have 28 to 29. But as you still get the same people, you're going to end up getting the name 3&D wing. As again, 3&D wing, this is the name that's most common when you end up making a small forward version lockdown build of this caliber. So since you've seen that build, let's take it up one more step a notch. Let's take it up one more. As this build being 6'7", 197 pounds, 7'4" wingspan, like I told you, we keeping the wingspan and the height exactly the same. The reason why this build is 197 pounds is just because of the strength. That's literally what it is. The strength, that's all what happened with this build. Only upgrading 197 pounds just for the strength if you're somebody that wants strength on your build. So as this build having the same thing, you're gonna have the 97, the 99 steel. Then when you're gonna do the 70 interior, you could go up higher if you want to, but I'm kind of cool with the 70 interior. But as of the block, we're gonna go 75 and a 75 defensive rebound. But when it comes to the actual physicals, you're gonna max out the physicals to 85. Then the acceleration is gonna be 82. With that max strength, you're gonna have 70. Then the vertical, look. The vertical, this is where you're gonna have to pay attention. Which one do you want? Because if you do 70 vertical, you'll be able to get contact dunks off 2. But if you want contact dunks off 1, you're gonna end up having to go with a 75 vertical. So that's gonna dictate what you're gonna end up changing in your build to end up making it to your liking. But as of the stamina, I do prefer the 90 or 92 range. But if you want to go 95, you can, but it's going to burn a little more when it comes to the playmaking part. So if you're someone that doesn't care for the playmaking part, you're like, all right, I just want pass accuracy and that's it. You might end up having maybe 5 to 7 badges if you do it like that. But if you want to set it up like this and you want to put the ball on the floor at least, it'll end up giving you 16. But remember, like I told you last time, if you do 70, 70, 70, you're maybe around 13, 14 playmaking badges on this build. But as a shooting, we're doing the same thing as the last build, 85 3, 72 mid-range, 19 shooting. If you go anything higher, you can get 20, but it's going to actually take away from the contact dunks on this build. So as of having an 84 drive and dunk, just looking at the build, it looks very versatile, but the only part that might be kind of sketchy is the defense. Just because you have 24 defensive badges, you're not going to be able to get all the badges that you really want to be able to play defense with. So at that point, that's when I would tell you to sacrifice. You will end up sacrificing your playmaking and putting it all on 70 so you can get those 4 extra badge points on defense. So now it's 9, 19, 13, and 28 with this build. And then with you having that 70 strength, I'm telling you, you might get real bumpy because there's a lot of locks out there that's getting real bumped back because there's a lot of big builds that's getting pushed right off. Because I've seen a lot of few 6'7s that's actually ISOing versus a 6'7 lockdown, and they don't have strength on their build, and they're getting pushed right out the way just because the other build has strength. But remember, if you think you don't got enough badge points when it comes to defense, you still have 4 extra badge points from my career that you could throw in your defense or throw in your playmaking or even throw in your shooting, but that's up to you. But as my current gen guys, y'all is asking me, also drop a video with this as well. You're gonna end up having some of the similar stats, but also the badge counters be way different. This is what your badge counter is gonna look like on current gen. 9, 19, 11, and 25. And as a testing out the badge count, it definitely gets the job done, and it definitely could work on NBA 2K23 current gen. But look, if you enjoy videos like this, you want to see more build videos and more crazy glitch builds, hey man, drop a like on the video, subscribe. Hey, if you haven't yet, make sure you check out these 2 videos right here. Those last 2 builds, oh man, they was crazy.